Y'all come on in here, man. Let's talk about the federal system a little bit before I get up out of here. Let's talk about the federal system. I need to give y'all more insight so y'all don't be quick to throw your freedom away. You feel me? One thing about me, I'm always gonna be transparent. That's how I made it this far in this business. I've always told the truth. I've always told the truth. I gotta wait for a little bit more people to come in here, and I'm gonna tell you all the reasons why you don't want to shoot anybody. I'm gonna give you all the reasons why. Tri-State Sean, share this joint as people are coming in and shit. Share it to your Twitter, your Facebook, because I need to get this message off. He said, as soon as you started talking about the system and knife charges. Yeah, all right, let me get back to that. Niggas that get money in the streets, they continue to get money in jail. I was getting plenty money in jail. I came home with like $4,500. That wasn't from working in the kitchen and shit. That was a little change come home from the jail. I was only selling dust bags of weed and shit. You know what I'm saying? But listen, right? The nigga from New Orleans was like, man, I can't go to jail. He said, man, it's dangerous in there. And then he said, I lost every fight. That was the realest shit I ever heard. He said, I lost every fight when I was in jail. He said, when I was in the federal system, I lost every fight. He said, I lost every fight. You know what I'm saying? He said, when niggas was jumping on my ass, I was calling for the guard. He said, no, I was calling for the guard. He got an accent. He said, I was calling for the guard, but I was really calling for God and shit. So listen, right? Listen, in the federal system, back in the day, it was full of hustlers and shit like that. Niggas that get money, they continue to get money in fucking jail, right? Now the system is filled up with motherfuckers that got them fucking them gun charges. Felon not to be in possession of a firearm. That's what they roofing niggas for. So the system is full with a bunch of motherfucking violent niggas, right? With no understanding, right? These niggas got no understanding. The niggas that was busting their guns and shooting motherfuckers in the streets, when they get to them institutions, they trade in their gun for a knife. Why? Because they done shot a few motherfuckers and they might run into them in the institution, so you gonna need this motherfucking knife. Me? I ain't stabbing a motherfucker. I ain't doing it. That's just gruesome. I ain't got that type of shit in me, man. I don't. We need more people to admit this shit. And to be truthful, I don't think a lot of niggas was into that nice shit until they got to the fucking federal system and seen them DC niggas culture. Because they been knifing motherfuckers and shit. They been living like that. But no. That's a little bit gruesome. You gotta be disturbed to stick a motherfucking knife in a motherfucker because it's personal. You gotta get up on him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? My man said, I will poke anyone. I'm from DC. We believe you. You should take that back. He said, I'll poke anybody. Take that back. Take that back. Say knife. Say I cut. Say stab. Don't say poke. Don't say poke. Straight up. He says stabbing is really barbaric. Right. And me, I've been a felon and I can't eat that charge, that convicted felon not to be in possession of a firearm. That's a case that I'm not gonna get. That's a case I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna get that. I'm not going to jail for that. That shit got mandatory time attached to it. That shit got mandatory time attached to it, man. Like, you know, if you've been in trouble and shit, they might start you off at like 15 years or some shit like that. That's more time than I've ever done in life. I'm not going out like that. Nah. Especially after I seen that niggas be trying to extort you after you shoot them and shit. No. I can't do it. I got a life. I got shit going on and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? K. Richard from, oh, that was yesterday's order. Fantastic. That's already shipped out. He said, I'd rather get caught without it. That's too much time. My man started that stabbing shit back in '04 because of the locks talking that hog shit. He said, beloved, you know those chains you got on ain't right. Bullshit. Everything hanging from my neck is right. You know why? You know why I know it's right? Because I got this shit. I had to put this shit on layaway. This shit costs real money. Can't you see the dazzling performance? Can't you see the dazzling performance this shit putting on? It look like this shit is electric and shit. Yeah. Wrong guy. Not only that, you can Google where I buy my jewelry at. You can go and type in the Google search Gully TV jewelry, and Tracks NYC gonna pop up, and probably the Coliseum. But the niggas that made my jewelry, they're public. They make jewelry for stars. You know what I'm saying? It had the nerve to call me beloved. Let me get your sick ass up out of here. Sheesh. He said mandatory 5 years. They be giving niggas double figures for them pistols and shit like that. They do. It doesn't feel good getting stabbed. In Cali, it's regular ancient history. I won't call him my homie because we not cool all like that. But I didn't see it myself. But this Puerto Rican kid that was in Allenwood with him named Tonio, he told me, he said, man, if Ike take his shirt off, he said he got stab wounds all over his body. I said, for real? And that's Ike, he was, one of my young niggas and shit like that. And he's a bony nigga. And he was like, yeah, he got stab wounds all over his body. When he said that, I was like, damn. Sheesh. Boom, 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 boom. He said, I would not know, but only a goof would sit on the live stream with aluminum on. Facts. Boom, 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 boom. My homie doing 12 years for stabbing someone up. He's short time. This shit's so expensive, I don't even wear it a lot. You won't see me in public with this shit all like that. You know what I mean? I might be on a date or somewhere or on the movie set or something like that. Motherfucker ain't gonna clip me for this shit. This shit costs a lot of fucking money. You know what I mean? I pulled it out, because I was doing this live stream and it's Friday and shit like that, but this shit going back into the motherfucking safe, you know what I mean? At my bitch crib and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He said, I did time at Allenwood. I got stabbed, half stabbed, messed my nerves up for the last 20 years. And it was a half scare stabbing. Lewis, thank you. He said, you got to play it smart nowadays. I'm very smart. And don't got nothing to prove. You know what I'm saying? Don't got nothing to prove. Boom, 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 boom. Paparazzi Poe was rocking a hubcap on live. We all should learn a martial art and have our bodies as weapons. What's your take on Sub-Zero? He had a lot to say about you. I'm the topic of discussion everywhere. He's just doing more of the same. You have a lot to say about me. People in this chat, y'all tuned in and shit. So, Sub-Zero, when you're successful, you almost kind of like stand in a light of being, invincible. I worked hard to be successful with shit. Guys like him, guys like them, just listen to them, just check them out. They keep a mouth full of profanity because they don't have no vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? The shit that come out your mouth is a reflection of your intellect. That nigga's probably 50 years old or more, and he be talking about sodomy and shit like that. And it lets you know where he at mentally and shit. And he's an adult. So there's a difference. I'm with the next watch. Simple whip mode. Dilla said, you fucked that up, man. Knowledge the power pirate keeps him fire. Make sure you check his interview out. He said, you still stop smoking? You know I'd be on here blowing it down. This whole room would be smoke filled. Y'all ain't seen me blowing in a minute. I beat that shit. What I love about Dougie Fresh's song, Ain't No Half Stepping, is the hook. Keep rising to the top. While my mama said, give it all you got, give it all you got. That's me. That's me. That's my mom. You know what I'm saying? That's the part I love about that song. Keep rising to the top. I love that shit, yo. Doom, doom, doom. I love that shit. So, what made you quit? Acting, and I was spending too much money. I got some business ventures that's popping, right? And I'm getting these commodities for a very, very cheap price. You know what I'm saying? And I was saying to myself, I be blowing a lot of my profit. That had a lot to do with it. Acting had a lot to do with it. It was nothing but those two reasons. Mainly, I was spending way too much money, yo. Boom, 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 boom. You heard Kendrick cook Drake and Cole. Nah, but I see that it's like trending on Instagram. I'm gonna have to check it out. My man said, I got robbed for mine at the train station. Homie had the nerve to say, you move, I put 3 in you. That's when I was like, you got it. My kids are more important. Yeah, it's niggas out here that'll kill you for this shit. So, you know, I've learned not to wear it around poor people and shit like that. Why would you go around a hungry motherfucker with a steak hanging from your neck? I was hungry one time. I was on some predatory shit. When I first went to Miami, with and them, I couldn't believe niggas like 5'5" and shit like that was walking around trucked up. I'm saying to myself, like, I could knock this little nigga down and just take off running and shit. Like, my mind was on some shit like that. Had to get that out of my system and my spirit, but that's a lot to digest and shit. When you come from a certain lifestyle and you go to Vegas for the first time in Miami and you be seeing little frail ass niggas coming out of Dre's drunk and shit, stumbling and shit, cables hanging all off their neck. And the first thing on my mind is I could knock his ass the fuck out. But I don't want to be running up and down the strip and shit like that. I'm serious. I don't want to be running down the strip, man. Like, I don't. Back in 2010, there was a lot of Fugazi jewelry going around. I remember it. That's when niggas was wearing them colorful diamonds and shit like that. Bad boys intrigued me. How did you get it out of your system? It had to be tempting. You just called me a king, right? I was acting in the capacity of being royalty. That's what happened. He said, I'm glad you said that, Gully. Rappers wear crazy chains and drive fly whips to the hood and then call it hate when they get robbed. Me and Shyheim was at an SOB's one night, and he just had on a Gucci link. And I just had on a little rope, you know what I'm saying? And we was close to each other, and I touched his Gucci link, and I'm like, oh, this ain't one of them new joints. Like, this is one of them 80s Gucci links. Like, his shit was way heavier than my Gucci link. Like, I'm like, man, this motherfucker kind of heavy and shit. He was like, yeah, man, this, you know, he was like, I got the piece too. He got a big ass African piece. You might see him online with it sometimes and shit. Why ain't you got it on tonight? He was like, man, ain't nobody about to kill me about this shit, man. Fuck that. That's called maturity. That's called maturity. You know what I'm saying? And understanding the laws of the land and shit. We chuckled about it and shit, but it was all too real. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit real. This shit is real. He said, big facts. Never show you played around the wolves. Heard that from Star Platform. Word. 12 days, no food. Just water. I'm down 26 pounds. Be careful. Is the New York City King all lies? Is this technology info lie? I don't even know who that is. A boy from New York came to Florida, Georgia, and laced them with the food. That's didn't happen to us on the block before. Motherfucker came to our block one time back in the day and popped the trunk. Sold everybody a cable. Them shits was turning brown, man, within some hours and shit like that. I'll never forget him. Like, damn, he got us all. It was summertime. Niggas at the dice game sweating and shit. Shit started turning right on the spot, man. Like, them shits didn't even go 24 hours and shit. Like, damn. He licked us. I enjoy Sean Price music. Follow me on Instagram at @IamGullyTV_. I posted a picture of Eminem and the Aftermath guys. They look serious. I think this could possibly be the Eminem album or project that I might like. I know he been listening to this ridicule and all this criticism about niggas not listening to his music and shit like that. I know that all of them in that room has been hearing that. They might have to cook up something this time. He said, thinking for everyone when you value yourself. That's a common practice, thinking for your opponent. If you want to be safe, if you want to live, you got to think for your opponent sometimes. Some niggas be playing with a half deck. We need to acknowledge that. Motherfucker will kill you, man. You only got one life, man. Motherfucker will kill your ass. What's my young boy name? Money Gang Vontae. He's from Chicago, but I met him in LA, I believe. He came to New York City with his jewelry on and hopped out to go in a drugstore. And he was up there on some tourist shit, taking pictures and shit. Hopped out to go in a drugstore to get some eye drops, I believe they said it was. Niggas came in there and killed my man right in the fucking drugstore, man. I couldn't believe that shit. Right on camera. This nigga was one of the nicest cats in the world, man. Harmless. Always smiling. I'm talking about gunned him down, man. He was like begging for his life and shit, man. Some niggas be sadistic and shit. Do you think Puffy is out of here? Puff has survived a lot of shit. I can't say that just yet. He survived a lot of shit. Seems that the whole Puffy situation has turned and it's kind of like fell on Meek Mill now. I seen that video, Prayers. Yeah, that was my man and shit. That was my dude and shit. He was a cool little nigga, man. He was harmless, man. I was going to go to his funeral in Chicago. I was busy and shit, but rest in peace to Money Gang Vontae. Does Tupac stand vindicated about Diddy all these years? Is the truth coming out now with Diddy's rise to the top and fall of Death Row, a triumph of good over evil? I don't know exactly what it was that Puff did wrong. Biggie's a grown man. You gotta protect your own ass, even if Puff insinuated or suggested that they went out that night. It was a bad fucking idea. You gotta protect your own ass. Suge Knight, the situation he in, was beating up black men, making them drink piss and shit like that. He probably got the karma treatment, and he's where he probably belongs, you know, for the time being. PNB Rock is a perfect example. Perfect example. Can't be wearing the truck around the wolves and shit, man. You gotta respect the wolves, for real. My man cousin got down in the corner store in Kensington, Philly. Problem with those stores is that it's one way in and one way out. And the people that run them stores, they not gonna help you. They be behind bulletproof glass and shit like that anyway. When motherfucker up pistols in their stores, they gonna get low and say they ain't seen nothing because they wanna remain there as a store. If you snitch, you got to go. Boom. I ain't heard, Florida kid, I ain't heard it. Boom, 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 boom. What happened to Molly G? Molly G's last sighting was on that nigga to be stealing my topics. What's his name? What's that nigga name that's always stealing my shit? Art of Dialogue. That's the last time I seen Molly. That's the last time I seen Mark Curry too. I don't know. Peace. Can't be in environments foreign to a luxurious lifestyle. You see academics and Quilly Cook Meek. Academics is making an industry out of them guys. They not turning down no publicity. Academics has a huge platform, and that's their attraction to it. But he getting them there, and he's not really asking them a lot about themselves and shit. He asking them is Meek. And they gotta know that they being used at some point. Mateen, what up? Y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. 500 people here, 18 likes. The math it's not adding up. Niggas from here running up to act to diss Meek ain't a good look. Jim had the best albums, but Cam have the best album, Come Home With Me. I like the Ghost of Rich Porter. My wife, Dominican uncle, has like 3 murders in his bodega. He never seen a thing. He says, Sub said you hiding. Is that true? Absolutely. I'm definitely hiding. You know why? I got a future. You gotta avoid these death-struck niggas and shit. I don't party, I don't hang out, none of that shit. Once I stopped smoking weed, like 80 or 90% of my social circle just fell off completely. That told me, I said, damn, we didn't have nothing in common but getting high and shit. Like, they don't even come around anymore. So, yeah, when you're really doing it and shit, you value. I worked my way to get in this position. I don't have to step out into the public to get no money. You know what I'm saying? I got a website. It's going crazy. When I step out, it's probably to the gym or to the post office. It's the truth. Boom, 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 boom. I gotta do the knowledge on Kendrick. Kevin, peace. Gully and Gravy about to take over Tubi with the new flick. Jim lost my respect for doing pull-ups with Mano for content. He was trying to pull Maine, man. He was trying to help Mano out. He was. That lobby boy shit, that was a new commodity for Jim to sell and shit. He felt that he could sell that, but Mano don't really got no following. He don't. Jim act like a jealous lover over Cam. I disagree with you. They the ones keep mentioning his name. He didn't say nothing to them. He said anybody from his generation that want to do a versus or want some smoke, let's get in the booth and let's see what's up. I liked it that, and nobody responded until this week. Mace and Cam on their show, they said some sarcastic things. Mace need to park it. Mace don't got no catalog for Jim. He don't. Mace don't got no catalog for Jim. He don't. Salute from BK. I love the dribble is getting bigger and bigger. Me too, man. Working my ass off. Baldini Clothing. The link will be in the description. That's my sponsor. I appreciate him. I love you in that movie on Tubi. I'm going to be on set the first week of May. I'm going to go live from there. Let y'all see me as I'm, you know, parts of us recording the film and shit. Did you see Fat G's video? Yes, I did. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Gully, is it true some guys are saying you live in your mom's basement? Me and my mother couldn't possibly be in the same place. She live in North Carolina. I live in Pennsylvania. A lot of that shit that y'all be hearing about, I live here and I do this, that come from jealous niggas from Erie, PA. Erie, Pennsylvania, my hometown. And the only way that they have of tracking me is because they be seeing my cars parked outside of places and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Big ass fucking 460 and shit. He in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe I gotta start switching cars. His Volvo's right there. He's in there. Shit like that. That's where all of that shit come from. But I'm much too successful to be living anywhere that isn't A-list. Didn't you see me in Dubai with the camels and shit like that? You gotta make it make sense. I come from a very, very well-off, spiritually successful family. When I say that, I'm talking about my mother. My mother owned the Erie Metropolitan Black Yellow Pages and shit. She was a publisher too. A lot of people that y'all be getting that information from, they come from smoker parents and shit like that. They parents smoke crack and shit like that. They grew up having to watch their mom sell pussy and shit like that, or different men running in and out the house and shit like that. That wasn't my reality. And I don't have no problem with these niggas having this type of frame of mind, because you can be damaged by hearing your mom getting dicked down in the next room and shit like that. You feel me? But I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. They don't be telling y'all that. They don't be telling y'all that and shit. And that's a shame that y'all be misled and shit. You know what I'm saying? He said it's too early for this. Yeah. Where y'all think I got my pedigree from? You know, I was raised in the Nation of Islam. You know, my parents they polished and shit. My father, he was the shit. Y'all probably seen pictures. I did a whole fashion piece about my father and shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all see what type of nigga he was. I done posted pictures with my parents with the furs and shit to their ankles and shit like that. He said, you slick with them comebacks. It don't be slick, it be the truth. My father dated Phyllis Hyman. My father partied with Rick James and Teddy Pendergrass. I woke up one day and Teddy Pendergrass was in the living room. I mean, not Teddy Pendergrass, Rick James. That ain't everybody's story and shit like that. Nobody's gonna tell you no shit like that. You know what I mean? Get my book. You'll get a good idea about the type of fabric I come from and shit. Don't you know that somebody had to filter this shit off into me and shit? You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on Fat G's passing? I'm from Pennsylvania, man. I was exposed to the death and destruction in Philly as a kid and shit. Like, I was in juvenile homes with them. Them niggas was in the juvenile homes for murder. They would go home on home passes, 14 years old, 15 years old, and get murdered. Like, it's very, very bad. Philly always been like that. I'm not lying and shit. Like, y'all be shocked at it. I be shocked that they live in that shit. You know what I'm saying? A nigga made a video. I can't forget this platform. And he said, Gully TV wouldn't come do my platform because he said he don't come to the hood. I'm not coming to the hood in Philly. No. They was like, it's on 52nd Street. I don't care. I don't care. Right around the time he was trying to book me, somebody got murdered near a church out there in West Philly. You can't protect me, my nigga, and I'm not gonna prove to you or try to prove to you my masculinity by going and get murdered. When niggas hang in the hood and shit like that, they be trying to prove a point. Like PNB Rock going to that fucking bloodthirsty ass Roscoe's and shit like that. That's not keeping it real. That's not being smart. Like, it's not. Being smart is enjoying your meal and making it home to lay up with your bitch and shit like that. For real, like, you don't get nothing out of that shit, but probably a casket. That's it. I never wanted to go to the Marathon store. I didn't. I never wanted to go to the Marathon store. Nothing made me want to go to the Marathon store. This is before he got killed. I rode through South Central Los Angeles and Compton and all that shit with one of my pimp homies, right? The pimps go wherever the fuck they want to go, by the way. I'm with one of my pimp homies and he driving me through this shit. And he's pointing out different shit. Like the Big Donut, they got that Big Donut in Cali. And they'll take you to the intersection where Reginald Denny got bricked at. And they'll take you to the Good Burger and this different shit. He drove me through that shit one time. I said, oh, so this is it, huh? He said, yeah, man, this is it. I said, okay, take me back to 2nd in Los Angeles. Don't ever drive me through this shit again in life. Don't ever drive me through this shit again in life. He didn't even break out. He didn't start chuckling or nothing. He understood and shit. He understood. So I did an interview in the jungles once with Alonzo Williams. He discovered Dr. Dre. They was in the World Class Wrecking Crew. And, you know, it ultimately became NWA. The thing about LA is that you won't know where you at because it's palm trees and they houses look nice and shit like that. Like the hood, the houses look nice. They look nice. Palm trees, nice grass. When you're from the East Coast and you see a garage attached to a house, that's a nice fucking house. Like, we programmed to think people with garages and shit, they're well off. Regular houses in Cali got garages and shit. I believe they might not have basements. So they got garages and shit like that. So you ride through and this shit look normal. This nigga told me that we was in the jungles, like, right as we was finishing our interview. We in the studio. I'm smoking my blunts. I'm feeling good. I just got done interviewing him and shit. I got my SD card. I'm feeling on top of the world. One of them niggas said that we was in the jungles. I said, say what? This the jungles right here? He was like, yeah. That shit that was on training day? He said, yeah. Call my Uber right now. Call my Uber right now. Call my Uber. Call my Uber, my nigga. Let me get the fuck up out of here. I love my mama. My mama love me. I can't put her on the spot like that. I gotta go. Straight up. I got to go. Get me the fuck up out of here. Y'all laughing. You ask Alonzo. He started laughing. This is training day? Man, get me the fuck up out of here, yo. I ain't got no business to fuck over here. I came over here to do an interview, not die. Hell nah, man. I'm getting the fuck up out of here now. Call my Uber. Put my weed out. I can't even enjoy my high, nothing. Put my weed back in the package. Smoke this shit when I get down there on 2nd in Los Angeles around the fucking Skid Row and the homeless and shit. You got a chance down there, and even they be getting busy. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep on Skid Row and the homeless motherfuckers and shit. It's a whole nother experience. But you got to exercise better judgment, man, if you want to live. I don't know why y'all laughing, man. I don't know why y'all laughing, yo. He said it's gentrified now. No, I can't trust it. I believe Cali niggas will kill in front of white folks. I do. East Coast niggas, they not so quick to kill in front of white folks because they know white folks is coming to fucking court. Cali niggas, I don't know. They might kill in front of white folks. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. This is by Baldini. One of my homeboys invited me to a place called Lamert Park. He said, you'll love it. That's where all the culture at. All the Muslims over there, the gods and shit like that. Right behind that, he was like, man, I'm going to call my man. He going to meet up with you and shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, what's his name? He said, Crip Jesus. I said, man, I ain't going no fucking where to meet no goddamn Crip Jesus. You crazy? You out your goddamn mind? I ended up meeting him, and he's a cool nigga. He's civilized. He on this channel and shit, but no, that don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. That sounds like an active gang member, a motherfucker named Crip Jesus. I had to learn him, you know what I mean? But going to meet him by myself, no. I don't even want to talk to him on FaceTime. Yo, what the fuck is y'all laughing at, man? This is how you protect your body, man. This is how you protect your body. He said he funny, but a character. Nah, he's civilized, man. He know the math and shit. He on some black shit and he can rap. Check his video out. It's on his channel and shit. Boom, boom. I'm an 80s baby, drug orphan. I'm a solid man. Do that make me a sucker? No, sir. My sons think I'm a hero. Keep up the good work. Boom, boom, boom. He said you a thinker. Facts. Mr. CR. That's one of my homies from LA and shit. I wouldn't go around him, man, without a girl for a period of time. I don't know if you knew that, CR. But whenever me and you was together, I had a female with me. Yeah, we had to go through some, I had to put you through a screening process. I had to fill you out. Y'all got a bad reputation out there. Y'all do. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. But you a wonderful MC, and I fucks with you. My nigga, you know I fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. He said, I don't need to meet any super gang members. Check out cartoon. No. No. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm about to get up off of here. I've been here long enough, man. Y'all go check out my first one. It got broken up and shit. Super chatters, y'all always come through here and do y'all thing. From here on out, don't give me no super chat money, man. Just go to the website and cop you a knit, man. Get you something for your money, man. It's fair exchange and shit. TheRealDribble.com. He said, Leimert Park be cracking. I ended up going there. They got some good food over there, too. Shout out to Leimert Park. It's popping over there. I ended up going over there. They got the artists over there and shit. You know, people be selling black art. You know what I mean? Like, it's a nice experience and shit. But I didn't announce that I was going over there. I just popped up over there. Yeah. He said gang banging is slightly dead in LA. From what I'm reading, black folks is having some problem. Big Dog Custom Piece. From what I'm reading, black folks is having some. From what I'm reading, I'm hearing black folks is having some problems with Mexicans out there in Cali and shit. So, you know, all of the niggas acting like ruffians and shit. I heard that Mexicans are like taking over black neighborhoods and shit. That's what I heard. I don't know. I can't corroborate. You probably have to ask somebody to live there and shit. Everybody be safe. He said the guys be having rallies over there. That's what's up. All praise due to God. But saying that you a 5%er, it don't stop gunfire. You know what I'm saying? Protect your body. Amani, what's up, baby? Follow me on Instagram at @IamGullyTV _. He said the only Latin they have in Cali is Mexican. He said, yeah, but not in the way you thinking. You can't tell me how to think. I made it this far, man. No gunshot wounds, no stabbings, or nothing like that. I think my judgment is pretty well. I got to go. TheRealDribble.com. Get you some knittage, man. Look at this. Get you some knittage. He said they're moving out. South Americans are heavy in Cali. He said that's propaganda from TV. Inshallah, please don't be a fool. I'm not. I gotta go, man. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon. Baldini, I'm gonna put your information in the chat. Live, love, laugh, and be happy. It's a wonderful phrase to end my chat with. All right? Amani, Instagram, come tell me about it. Peace.